Hi, I'm Nana G, board certified lactation consultant and a registered nurse for more than 40 years in women's health primarily and in other areas too. But I come to you today to give a requested video, one that was particularly called out for by Justin and Laura, Eleanor's wonderful parents, and I had the pleasure of working with them. And they thought it was very important, the tips that I gave to them in the hospital about positioning the baby, because it is an important thing if you're going to breastfeed, particularly in the first 48 hours where you're learning how to do things and setting up your best practice to get things right. So, thanks for that recommendation. If you're watching and you have a question or a suggestion for a video or a question that you'd like for me to address about breastfeeding or infant transition or any of those things, please leave a comment and I will consider it because I'm looking for content that's relevant to you. So in the first 48 hours, there are 3 videos that I've made. One of them is on latching. The other one is on collecting colostrum and getting the colostrum flowing, how to get your milk going. And this one, also very important, is on positioning yourself and the baby. So the first thing I want to say is you need to be comfortable. When you breastfeed, you should have support for your back. Uh, Pillows in the back of the bed or the sofa or a chair are wonderful. Then, after you are comfortable, you get the baby position. The baby should be positioned at the level of your nipples. It's very important that you're not bringing yourself down to the baby, that you are bringing the baby to you. So, this is my baby, Harry, and Harry is going to help me out with showing you the 3 basic holes. There are the 3 that are most popular. Of course, you can feed your baby in a number of ways. These are just the most likely ones that you're going to be shown in the hospital in the first 48 hours. The position that most people are just naturally going to go to because they've seen it on TV and with other babies is what's called the cradle hold. And this is when the baby's head is actually cradled in your elbow. So if I were using the cradle hold, Harry's head would be right here, and I would be positioning him onto the breast. And I'm going to do it backwards so you could see. But the problem that people have with a newborn in this position, this is a great position for older babies who have an idea about what this is about. They know that their breast is there, the milk is there, they're hungry, and they're able to come and get it. They're also bigger, so this is a great way for them to sit in your lap and let their legs hang down or come across your lap. But newborns don't know. Newborns are trying to figure it out. In fact, the newborn is so accustomed to everything being delivered when they were inside and they've been swaddled often, and they don't even know they're hungry. They are not stimulated to cry until you unwrap them. They almost feel when they're swaddled like they're still in the placenta, it's feeding them and they're still in utero. So this football hold is good for older babies, in my opinion, and some moms and some babies can come and go this way. And if you're able to maneuver it, then it's a wonderful thing. The baby should always, though, be supported with a pillow across your lap so that the baby has support because it's an infant now and it's very small, and the baby should be at the level of the nipple. And then sometimes you'll see moms taking like this hole like this, so this cigarette hole from when people used to smoke cigarettes, and they will grab their nipple between like this. It's not recommended, but it works for some people. The more effective way I discuss in the other video is to use a C hole. Either way you do it, if you're doing the cigarette hole or you're doing the C, make sure that you look down and see which way the baby's lips are going, and then try and align your breast so that you're able to sandwich it into the baby's mouth. So it's a little easier. You have more control with the pincer of this index finger and your thumb. But if you really feel more comfortable trying the scissor hold or the cigarette hold, go for it. This position is called cradle. In my opinion, it's the most difficult for new moms. An easier one is the cross cradle, where the baby is still positioned to you. So in terms of the baby's position, the baby's tummy is tummy to you, and the baby is skin to skin. Take off the baby's clothes and let that baby feel your skin. The baby will be more alert during the feeding and more satisfied with actually connecting with you. The comforter and the blanket and the cute outfits, save that for when you have company. When you want the baby to be alert and engaged, take off the baby's clothes, and if it's cool in the room, put a blanket on the outside of the baby's body, but let the baby's tummy be right next to your chest or breast. Now, let's move on to an easier positioning, and that is where you have, and I'm going to turn the baby so you can see, it's going to be cross cradle. Instead of the baby's head being in your arm here and you trying to manipulate your breast this way, with cross cradle, the baby is still laying directly next to you, but now this hand, you're able to get your breast in the same way that the baby's nipple is. You get your breast and your nipple. I'm going to turn him this way. Turn the breast here so that you would have grab your nipple and make it the same way his lips are going. So his lips are going this way. So you're going to get your nipple going this way, which means your hand is going to be here underneath your breast, and you're going to come from far enough back so that he can get the areola, this part, in his mouth when it's open. But the baby would obviously be facing you. So you're looking down at the baby like sideways, so you only see this side of the baby's face and the side of your nipple and your hand underneath. The easiest way, in my opinion, for new moms and new babies, and particularly if you've had a C-section, is the football hold. This is named after the American football, where that person, whoever it is who runs the ball, has the ball tucked under their arm. So the baby is now positioned on pillows, still at the level of the nipple. And I'm going to turn sideways so you can see. You have the baby, should be its butt a little bit down. You have this head here supported, and now you can leverage the baby because you can bring the baby up easier. He's not laying against your chest, but he's sideways to your body, and you are now going to bring the baby to you. You're not going to come down to the baby. You're going to be able to leverage him on with your arm because you can move him. And then with the other hand, this hand that's the breast that he's on, you have his head here. You would then come and get your breast lined up the same way. And see, this way you can fully see the baby's mouth and you can fully see your breast. So you would again go this way because his lips are going this way. So your fingers come this way and you squeeze the same way. You make your sandwich. So the important components of positioning are first that you get comfortable and support your back and are sitting back. With the football hold, which I think is the easiest for new moms in the hospital, at least try it because there are plenty of pillows and it doesn't require anything special. And when you get home, you'll also have plenty of pillows to support you. You want to bring the baby up to the level of the nipple and have the baby comfortably. I like to get the first hand under the breast and the top hand over so that you have that one hand out of the way, and then you put the baby so that you can bring him right up to the nipple. You want to remember to use your fingers to sandwich your breast to make it so it will fit in the baby's mouth when he opens it, and then you bring the head. A lot of moms are a little confused when the baby comes up, sucks a minute, then pulls back. And then they bring the baby back, he sucks a couple of minutes and pulls back. And then they say he's not doing it, they get it together, they put it back, and he pulls back. And they may think, oh, the baby doesn't like it. The baby just doesn't know. It's only been here maybe one day, possibly two, and it hasn't figured all of this out. But you know, and this is where you have to be the mama, and you know that the baby does need to come. So you have control, you bring the baby back. It's important to make sure that you keep that sandwich so that each time he gets on, he sucks a little while, comes off, get the sandwich again. Sucks a little, comes back on, again. Now the way to lessen those bobbing back and forth is to have already gotten your milk at the level of the nipple by stimulating and checking and examining your breast, doing some compressions to the chest, and getting a few drops of colostrum right there, so that what the baby does then is he comes in, he feels it, goes off, comes back, there's more milk, and then the next time, possibly when he comes on, goes back, he's going to go. Now he's really starting to get your letdown. The milk is coming down. At that point, you want to have a folded receiving blanket or a towel or maybe a washcloth so that you can make a little pillow so that the baby now can be really just comfortably there. And this hand is still at the baby's head, but the baby's nose and the baby's chin should be right up against the breast, and everything is right there. And this hand will be free for you to do, answer the phone, or maybe relax and take a sip of water and just sit back and relax and enjoy your beautiful baby as she or he gets that wonderful milk that you have produced just for them. So the key is you get comfortable, get the pillows at the level of the nipple, bring the baby to you, don't go to the baby, get the baby's mouth well latched onto the areola, not on the nipple. That's explained in the other latching the baby video, and that you enjoy the process. Make sure to ask any questions, or if there's anything you're confused about or something you feel I missed, or a story you want to share about your own breastfeeding journey, or a question you have about your older child. These tips are great in the first 48 hours and they'll carry you through. If you latch your baby and feed your baby every 2 to 3 hours, day and night, for the first 2 weeks that the baby's born, your milk supply will come in and you will probably have enough milk to feed your baby for the next year or two. It takes a lot of commitment in the beginning. It's time intensive, but it's like anything else that you've learned. Learning to drive, learning a new skill. It's hard in the beginning when you first learn to back the car out of the driveway, but now you do it without any problem. Breastfeeding in the first couple of weeks for many people can be challenging, but after a very short while, it's just very rewarding. And of course, there are many health benefits that will go into another video. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, let me know. If there's some other way I can help you, me know. And I thank you so much that you have watched this video as I'm learning to make them. So they're going to get better. Hang with me. Share the video with people who need this information. And I do appreciate your support. Take care. God bless.